Muraronga ube nabonye. Ariko fariko ligwa chiridzi na chiridzi. Zvezvaite pano Matanda zvera vari songozviraverera. Zvaitenga chipinga chitukutuku. Bewe vabhebhi ndikofandi kuniribwa zvinji divanereni zvanda. Wova mutangano wakupinga nyana vabhebhi va grade R na va grade 7 nisanganyisane naita ungari na mwaudha hoyi ringaita zvonopira hezvi ndichikoamba ndoimerera bewe vabhebhi naho namwa usina dhiko usina mini zvezvo zverakonozviita ndichiridzi chamudzimu asingavutari hashu mudzimu morikonisa zvezvi namwaha risongori wai aina pinduro ndotorabherisa chikoro chacho chayapanda chisumere murau ngamanga vewo va grade 7 vanena kotu 1 ko secondary nichisvika ndikowana magrade 12 chipi manyukamasi osvika nichitosvika tinigozvivona nonakabhadhini vabudhi nichitosvika pedzi nikopuriwa ngalina nehurihuru linelagodipa bondo linelakopasa grade 12 lanisiyana kwana hokokwana kwabharira nanepi namini nazvote miyano vachikotonipandera vachikotambura vachibva vachibva usiku vachionishumera chikoro chamatanda ndichedza vana vamatanda vakona ndikohumbura murau wangei navachibva vachipira vapirana dziprivhete veiwe vachipira dziprivhete vachiwana dziawadi kupira zvikoro zvaprivhete zvonofunzwa ngachikuhwa zvino nanhasi vochibva chingisi apa asi chingisi chamwana wa chikoro chaprivhete chitova chingisi chamukuma chamwanako chenoprivhete kariribwe vabhebhi rikotutuwedza vana vavo rine ende karizviite rodhi funga richikozviitera vana vashu ndiaribwa vabhebhi vote vokonojenerera kayezvi zvanhasi ndikofa ndichikoniribwa vabhebhi. Haleluya.
Aripadeswanda rikolikuwa zviyambi zviviri vokwama eda vomberi vakwame haone ndoamba ndari kwangozoripa maifi atutuwezo namusi. Haleluya. Haleluya. Mwamoto bochimu chikoroi nericharuwa tiri bobo chiri funzo ndi pfumo venda zvino ndikuita pana ndiri funzo ndi pfumo venda ngamwendera ari kuona kushai bacho bakona faraka panda bote bombeki bomandela bozuma boramaposa bopira hapa zvichurwane ndizo zvambiwa ngavo ramalepe navarauzi kharudziro kuwadza vana vorine machira vadzoridzudza ngauri vatava madhokotera zvipikitere dzipailoto mishumo yota matakeni chiurwane kharise panda ngauri chipinga chatarafura radio vari funzo yanamusi inoda mutingati wavana vabhebhi vadededzi navaranga funzo originalere musi originalera riakonopata mutu wamachero mutu wodimisa. Haleluya. Rikoya kipinda chitewerawo chine rikuwana muzika risichwana muzika richikuchina ritorikubidza doboro rako nawo agotoripa storytelling doboro musi yachipedza oripa storytelling utokosendera vanhu vakreseveno homolofi kusikelele na zvimwe drama. Okay, doboro achipedza ufiona zvezo tatira zvezo neko musika.
Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. I am going to represent a storytelling. What I am going to narrate is a fiction. By the way, what is a fiction? A fiction is a story which tells about an imaginary characters and events. The title of my story today is called Sikulume. Long ago, there was a chief with a son, but 7 of them were killed at battlefield. They were the bravest of the brave. However, the chief loved his son dearly, and it took a long time to mourn them. He was left with only one son who was born mute by the name of Sikulume. To be mute is when someone is unable to speak or talk. One day an old man of the village saw 7 beautiful birds at the forest, and he went to the palace and told the chief. The chief said that he would be rewarded with 7 fat cows. The chief wanted those 7 birds to replace his 7 sons. He called the young men of the crow together and chose 6 of them, and the 7th was his own son Sikulume. And he told them not to appear before him again until each bring him his own bird. For 3 days, the young men journeyed through the land. The birds were kept on the tree. They crept up on them and caught them. Each young man loved the bird and said, "You beautiful bird." But poor Sikulume, he couldn't talk, but his lips formed a word, and his tongue suddenly awoke. And he said, "You beautiful bird." And that's how he learned to talk. And the next morning, they began to return journey, and they chose a shortest way. At the evening, they came across a hut, and Sikulume decided to sleep there. At midnight, Sikulume saw a shining eye of full moon peering at the door, and he asked himself how that possible because he shut the door himself yesterday evening. He heard a deep voice when he was about to get out. He found out that it was a cannibal. He was really scared and he called his friend. The owner of the voice stole away quietly, but because it was big, its footsteps sounded dum-dum on the ground. Sikulume told his friend that they must flee. While he was speaking, he examined their feet and saw that his was the smallest. They were more than a little scared, so they jumped up and ran through the night. When they finally stopped to catch their breath, Sikulume saw that his hands were empty, and he realized that he had left the bed at the house. And he remembered that the chief said they must not appear without the bed. Since each young man loved Sikulume, they said, "Take mine, take mine." But Sikulume didn't want to take any of their beds, and he quickly thought of a plan. He took a stick and stuck it on the ground, and he said, "If it remains upright, you will know that I'm still alive. But if it moves, you will know that I'm running. But if it falls over, you will know that I'm dead." Sikulume went back to the land of cannibals, and he caught the bird without being seen. When he was about to get out, he saw something crackling on the bushes, and when he looked, he knew that the cannibals were back. The cannibals were having a shining eye on their foreheads, and their mouths were full of yellow fangs. Sikulume ran lightly and quickly with his small feet, and he heard them galloping furiously at his heels. Sikulume was wise. He took off the carrots and threw it on the ground. But surprisingly, the carrots took one direction and he took another. The cannibals chose a wrong way and followed the cannibals, but it couldn't keep ahead, so they caught it and ate it up. Sikulume reached to his friend and they arrived home safely. The chief was very happy and they gave the crown to Sikulume and made him the great chief. Sikulume took his friends as his counselors. That's the end of my story.
Mikuru